Moment of silence for the champions, for those who make going hard a lifestyle. Never wait for nothing, gotta get it right now. I'm in the spotlight when they turn the lights down. Only in champs swing the hardest in the 12th round. I love the fourth quarter, I love the ninth inning, I love game 7. Bring on the competition, cause in my heart, can't nobody do it better. Can't slow me down, won't stop me, never. I'm so passionate.
You know me, man. I'm Barry Bonds with Mines. What's up, everybody? It's the Pressure Podcast back on it. It's Savage Saturday. Players under pressure. We will unveil a lot today. Today we have a lot to discuss, so let's get it.
Give me a hell yeah!
Coming to you on a day where Florida State dominates, Texas dominates, Archie Manning has finally awoken, and college football is getting kind of interesting right now. A few teams like Clemson are off the default rankings and keep falling. They still haven't won a game, have they?
Clemson, no.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Yes. We have a loaded episode today. We will be talking the week three NFL schedule this whole weekend. We will make our predictions for the Sunday night game and the Monday night football game, what to expect and what players are feeling the most pressures. Who has the most pressure to perform and who has the most pressure to get a win this weekend.
Yes. Fucking sick.
Yes. Oh, another touchdown for USC. We are live midnights, Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, only on Pressure Podcast Live on YouTube. The only podcast reviewer has said we will also give you a platform for you to speak your mind and tell us what you have. Any hot takes, we'll welcome. However, we will debate. Today, we will also be reflecting on some things that we see currently going forward, things we like and don't like. It's going to be a packed up show. So we're just waiting for the viewers to come in while we smoke some pressure. But without further ado, we are coming to you live from our studio in Orlando, Florida. It's your boy King Coke.
LeBron.
Finish him!
We are rated M for millennials. We are going to start off with a few topics over here. NFL Week 3 picks, players under pressure, as you mentioned. Can the Giants pull the upset? Will Hurts finally throw a touchdown? And Lions or Ravens? What to expect from Week 3? So we have a jam-packed show. Today, we have a lot to speak on. We've changed the format. Now we do our predictions, and then we also do what to expect. So here's the first slate of the 1 o'clock games. Here you have a matchup of Houston versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. That is a game I'm going to be interested in watching. It's not just a matchup between C.J. Stroud and Trevor Lawrence, but it's also a matchup of the AFC South. So this has playoff implications. Jacksonville's favored 1.5. I think that's fair. What do you expect from this game, and what's your pick?
What I expect from Houston and Jacksonville. Okay, so I expect Trevor Lawrence to have a rough go at it. I think Houston's a formidable opponent who's 0-2, who just so happens to be 0-2. But they won't be 0-2 by this game. I'm picking Houston. I'm going with C.J. Stroud, who I think is the better quarterback. I think they have the better team, per se. I wouldn't say as far as their offense, because I don't know where their offense is going. But as a team, I think they have a better chance against Jacksonville.
Yeah. I'm seeing to expect. Basically, I expect very inefficient QB play. There's two quarterbacks here. C.J. Stroud has a 85.0 passer rating, which is right at average. And then you have Terror, what I call Trevor Lawrence. He has a 77.9 passer rating, which is below average. So I'm expecting inefficient QB play here, but I actually have the Jacksonville Jaguars winning this game. And not because I prefer Jacksonville to do this, is until I see more from Houston. Jacksonville's actually playing pretty good defense thus far. And since this is not really a threat offensively, I expect Jacksonville defense to show up again. So I actually have Jacksonville winning this.
Wait, but better defense than Houston, or just because Houston doesn't have their offense going?
Houston's defense here, Jacksonville's defense is like right here for the camera to see. Okay, so I have them like this. But then Jacksonville's offense is here, and Houston's offense is down here. You know what I'm saying? So, and then they're at home, divisional matchup. They know how to play each other. I expect the inefficient quarterback play, but I expect the Jacksonville Jaguars to pull it off. I'm starting to predict that the Houston Texans actually might not make the playoffs after all.
Be cool, nigga.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
It's not looking good right now.
You can't go 0-3.
No. So then we have Green Bay versus Cleveland. Green Bay is favored by 7.5 points, which is pretty okay. I don't feel that's too disrespectful, but
Maybe on the road a little bit.
yes. Who's your pick, and what do you expect, and who's your pick in this game?
I expect a really great pass rush from Green Bay that we've been seeing since the season started for them. But I think Cleveland will give them fits defensively, as you said, and as you mentioned. There's a guy named Myles Garrett on that team, so I'm expecting him to, wreak havoc back there. Maybe like 2 more sacks to go to his illustrious career to add on. But I'm going with Green Bay here. I got Green Bay by a touchdown as well.
I predict that Love and Green Bay are going to eat a nice slice of humble pie. I have Green Bay winning this game, but I don't have them covering the 6.5 or 7.5 point spread. So basically they have to win by 8. I wouldn't be surprised if they do, but I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. So my money is, if I were betting money, I'll just bet the Green Bay money line. I will not take the spread, because you're talking about a defense that's only allowing 191.5 yards per game. Yeah. Now, I understand that I personally, when I rank defenses and offenses, I go by points, not yards, because points is what goes on the scoreboard. But this is something worthy of note, because they've already played the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. These are two of the better offenses in the league, and they didn't put up that much points till, like I said, Roquan Smith got that fumble and turned it to the house. That's when the game broke open. So then it was 2010, and it was 19-17 against the Bengals. They're only allowing 146 yards in the air and then 45.5 yards on the ground. I'm not saying to bench Josh Jacobs. However, I wouldn't be disappointed if he had a single digit kind of score.
Josh Jacobs was questionable, so I mean he probably gonna play, but he probably won't be 100% anyways.
Yeah, this is a test for Jordan Love. This is basically calculus in the NFL. For quarterbacks to decipher this kind of defense is not easy. Let's see if he's up to the task. Let's see if he's done his homework. Let's see what kind of quarterback Jordan Love truly is. Next matchup is a NFC South matchup, YN versus YN. You got Michael Penix versus Bryce Young on the road. The Atlanta Falcons are favored by 4.5 points. What do you expect, brother? What's your pick?
I expect Penix to kick some motherfucking ass. I'm going with Atlanta. What the fuck? I don't think I like what I see from Bryce Young. The way he's starting off games. It's cool that at least he's finishing them, but that looks more like a Dak Prescott situation to me. Where we see him, and when the game's not on the line, that's when he can actually throw the ball. Surprisingly, this year he's throwing the ball a lot better than usual. But I'm rolling with Atlanta here. I think their running back situation is great. I think their wide receiver situation is pretty good. Tight end, not so much, but I do like the defense. I think the defense is playing really well. They got the bookends and Jalen Walker and Pierce. Hopefully for the future that continues. I'm rolling with Atlanta. And I will. What was the spread you said?
Atlanta 4.5.
4.5. Yeah, I'll take that.
I expect a YN shootout. So I expect touchdowns and interceptions. I'm not so sold on Michael Penix yet because I only saw him play pretty good once against Tampa Bay. He did okay against Minnesota, just a bunch of field goals and then one touchdown at the end. But by B. John. But I think this is going to be a close matchup. I think this is going to be a shootout between two YNs. I'm going to guess 27 to 20 something. I don't have Atlanta covering this game. I have Atlanta winning, but not covering. So I would actually bet the Carolina cover on this one. I don't know who to trust more, Michael Penix or Bryce Young. Michael Penix, he at least takes care of the ball better, I guess. But if he doesn't start putting up points instead of just field goals, this is going to turn on him very quickly.
I mean, he didn't play no slouch of a defense, so neither one of them. I don't think the same could be said for Bryce Young. And he hasn't been anything like last year so far. Not even close.
Well, they played Arizona last week and then Jacksonville week 1.
Yeah.
But Jacksonville's defense has been playing good, so maybe they are. And we'll see. Arizona is 2-0. Only time will tell. So you're right. Michael Penix has faced the guys that we know have defenses. Bryce Young has faced guys that look like they have defenses so far this year. That's the difference right now. Is that well said, I think?
Be cool, nigga.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to the last game on this little slate here. We have Cincinnati Bengals on the road against the Minnesota Vikings. Cincinnati is a 2.5-point underdog, so obviously Minnesota's favorite. I think that's fair. I don't think Vegas is telling anything out of ordinary, but this is what I call Jamar Chase versus Justin Jefferson, yet they don't have their quarterbacks.
Goddamn white boy.
It's much to do with nothing when it comes like that, but it is what it is, and they're still going to play, so we have to make a prediction. So what do you expect from this game, and what's your pick?
I expect Carson Wentz to have a turnover because he has 75 in 9 years of his career, and in the last 2 years where he hasn't even been a starter, he has 10. So yeah, there's that, and then my other thing, I want to say this because Carson Wentz, you gotta play good because if you get beat by Jake Browning, who knows? I'm rolling with Minnesota. I think their defense will hold up. If Carson Wentz takes care of the ball and he just stays game managing, then they should be more than fine. I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be. It's a possibility that it might be a shootout because of Jamar Chase. Because Jamar Chase is still on that team, and so is T. Higgins.
I expect the Cincinnati Bengals O-line to lose yet another quarterback.
Finish him.
That's a good one.
Because I know Cincinnati has the weakest O-line and no defense to speak of whatsoever, Carson Wentz is a lot more experienced than punk-ass Browning.
That's why
I have Minnesota winning this game convincingly.
That's why he better not lose.
I think Jamar Chase will eat, but the Bengals, not much of them will left. And Minnesota should have a good day offensively. I would guess 27 points maximum, but Cincinnati, I don't even see them scoring 17 unless Minnesota has some atrocious defense play. So let's get to the next slate of games. Here you go. You got the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road against New England. This is a wild card game. Neither one of these teams are going to win their division. However, when it comes to wild card positioning, whoever has this game might have a tiebreaker here. So, what do you expect, and what's your pick?
I expect to see more of good Drake May. I don't know what's going on with Pittsburgh's defense. I know most of that wasn't the defense, but there were points that they gave up. Long receptions. Honestly, I'll be real with you though. I think That had to do with who was it that they played in last week? I forget.
Who?
Oh, Seattle. I think that had to do with the wide receiver core that Seattle has. But I don't know. I'm rolling with New England. I like what New England's doing right now as far as what their quarterback play is. It looks better. So I'm gonna say New England very close. 21 to 7 to 14. That's what I'm thinking.
I expect Drake May to disrespect the steel curtain and yet lose. I think New England is an up and coming team, but they're still too improving as a brand new coach. I don't know how their defense is going to respond to Aaron Rodgers and company. Seattle has a hellacious defense. They're a top 10 defense, and New England is not. And I expect Pittsburgh to have a way better game. However, I expect New England to score above 25 points on this. I hope so. I hope this defense is exposed for what it is, a fraud, and they should be definitely dropped on fantasy football because they were one of the top-ranked defenses team, and that's not happening whatsoever.
Fatality.
All right, let's get to the next game. It's the New York Trash versus Tampa Bay. I call this a
talk
bye
about
week.
this.
This is a bye week for Tampa Bay.
We're not talking about this.
We're not talking about this. What do you expect from this game?
I expect a blowout. I expect Super Saiyan Baker Mayfield. I expect him to take it to a whole nother level. And I know it's going to look crazy because it's against the Jets, but it don't matter. I think it will show that he's arrived, that he's very consistent every week, and he gets it done. I mean, it's just going to show how impressive he is. And it's just going to show how bad the Jets need to get their shit together.
I expect Baker Mayfield to be benched, actually.
Be cool, nigga.
He's going to go so ham that by the third quarter, there's no need to put him in harm's way. They're just going to bench his ass because the New York Trash ain't got a shot to win. Bet the over on this. Bet over yards on all the receivers that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have. All the running backs that Tampa Bay has. Even Baker Mayfield.
how many
whatever
did he
running
score?
plays, he were running yards that you have him over under. Hit that and you win a lot of
How many
money.
did they score? 35? More than 35?
They're probably scoring 30 something, yeah, for sure.
That's what I'm thinking, like 30. I'm thinking like 32, 35,
Yeah.
something like that.
And we got the Vegas Raiders going into Washington against the Redskins. This is Geno versus JD5. What do you expect from this game? This one's interesting.
Nah, J85 ain't playing.
Oh, that's right. JD5 ain't playing. That's right. That's right. When I made this, JD5 was
That
still
is
questionable.
Marcus Mariota.
It is Marcus Mariota playing. So it's Geno versus Mariota.
I kind of like that matchup. I'm not gonna lie, because I think didn't they get drafted about the same? Yeah, this is a good one. I ain't gonna lie. This might be a good game, but I gotta go. I'm gonna go with Washington. I think Washington's team is more complete than Vegas. It's not saying much, honestly, because I'm not saying Washington's that good, but obviously without JD5, that's a big loss for them. That's pretty much their Q. That's the guy who gets one of the highest QBRs, damn near every game. What the fuck? But he's not gonna be there, so I'm rolling with Geno over Marcus Mariota.
I agree. I expect Geno Smith not to be outplayed by backup Mariota. I expect Geno to clean up his percentage and his act, not throw any interceptions, and I think Washington is gonna fold after a while. They're not gonna be able to score much. This is probably gonna be a low scoring game. I bet the under on this one. Las Vegas is 2.5-point underdogs. I will take the Vegas on the underdog. And then the last slate here, we have Indiana versus Tennessee. AFC South matchup. I don't think there's much to do anything. It's just the game that's slated. What do you pick and what do you expect and what do you pick from this game?
I expect Tennessee to have no chance to win this game because one thing I just looked at, and I know it's only 2 games, but it shows that it's a mark of a really good team. Maybe not the quarterback, because we still have question marks about the quarterback, but it's marks of good teams, of a good team. They're 5th in yards allowed, the Colts. They're third in rushing. They're second in passing. I mean, in turnover differential, 4. They're first in that. I mean, they're very disciplined. It seems. I'm expecting. Pretty much. I wouldn't say a blowout because I don't think Cam is that bad to make this game a blowout, but they're gonna take care of business.
So essentially, what he's saying is that on paper and thus far by production, the Colts look like an elite team. And if this is supposed to be an elite team rolling into Tennessee, it looks like they should win convincingly, and I agree. I expect Jones to start and stay on that same wave he's been riding the first 2 weeks. I don't see Tennessee's defense bothering some of these weapons as much. I hope not, because I got JT, and I'm not just saying that because I have Pittman in my bench. Hopefully he do good when I don't need him in bye weeks. But I think in the end it's going to win this game, and I think they're going to win convincingly. They're favored by 4.5. I would take that. I'll definitely take that.
Yeah, I'll take that.
All right. Let's get to the 4 o'clock games here. Here we have the Denver Broncos, who are 1-1 on the road in LA, Hollywood, against the undefeated LA Rams. AFC West matchup. Okay, probably one of the strongest divisions in the league. What do you expect from this game, and what's your pick?
I'm rolling with the Chargers. I think the Chargers got it going on right now. I ain't gonna lie, they just beat Mahomes. This dude look like he got his swag. Got a little swag to him right now. Justin Herbert. I don't know what got into him, but Harbaugh, keep doing what you're doing. I'm rolling with the Chargers.
I am not. I expect Herb to herb out at home against this defense. They know how to play each other. This is a matchup I've been waiting to see. I think Denver is going to steal this one flat out. So Chargers are favored by 2.5. So I expect Denver to actually win flat out. I think Bo Nix is going to outplay Justin Herbert. We're going to talk about them later. All right. So far, from last week's pick, we didn't do week 1 picks like statistically. We just did a few of the favorite games, and then the rest didn't matter. But we're going to see how good we are with picks. So started last week. I'm 9-4. He's 9-4. We didn't get the same 9-4 right, but that's the record so far. So it's 9-4 versus 9-4. So let's continue here. We got the Dallas at Chicago game. Dallas is obviously favored. It's by 1.5 though only. Meaning Vegas is not trusting of Dallas defense. Who do you pick in this game, and what do you expect?
I expect Dallas to take care of business. It's a veteran quarterback versus a quarterback who's trying to find himself, who's trying to figure out what works and what's not going to work for him in the NFL. Still, which is crazy, but yeah, that's what's going on. And Dak's playing at a high level. Had CD caught some of those passes against the Eagles, he might have more yards and maybe another touchdown as well. So his stats don't look amazing, but he's playing at a high level from an eye test point. So I'm rolling with Dallas. I think Dallas take care of business.
All right. I expect that the Cowboys and Dak Prescott will get their ass kicked and still win. I think Vegas is onto something. Something tells me that even though Dallas is probably going to play a flawless game and win, they're going to flirt with losing. They're going to be like a turnover away from losing this game. That's how much Chicago's going to kick their ass on defense. So I got Dallas, and they're going to barely take the spread.
So this is going to be a low-scoring game to you?
I wouldn't say low-scoring game. I just don't think that Dallas is going to pull away from Chicago too much.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I would even be surprised if Chicago has a lead at one point in this game. And Chicago and
I wouldn't either.
All right, next game we have New Orleans versus Seattle. This is the Seahawks bye week as well. I don't think we have to talk much about this game, but what do you expect, and what's your pick?
This one got me a little because I seen Mac Jones. I thought Mac Jones performed pretty good. Like, he's accurate. He was on time, which is what's big in that offense. So him being on time.
Mac Jones. It's Saints versus Seattle.
Oh shit. My bad. I was looking at the one. My bad. Nah, I'm going with obviously Seattle. I think Seattle's defense is really good. Uh, arguably top 10. But yeah, I'm rolling with them because I think they have the coach and they have the quarterback situation. I mean, they beat them pretty much in every category. To be honest with you, that's why I'm rolling with Seattle. I'm rolling with Seattle.
I expect this to be the only blowout guaranteed in this
Nigga.
Yeah,
I
so-
think it's a no-brainer. This is going to be a blowout. This is not going to be close. The 12th man is there for Seattle. Sam Darnold seems to have found his groove with his offense, and this defense is good. This defense is very good. Top 10. I know he used to be our defensive coordinator not too long ago. So I'm not just saying that because I miss him. I got Seattle winning convincingly. This is not much to speak about there. And then you got Arizona versus San Fran. This is a matchup of the NFC West, but also two 2-0 teams in the NFC. This is playoff implications already from what we've seen thus far. Kyler versus Mac Jones. What do you expect and what's your pick?
So this is my thing. Mac Jones, he had a rough start to his career. Let's be honest. But in that last game that I saw, he was throwing the ball, like I said, on time, and in that offense, that's pivotal to be on time, because that's how that offense works. So Kyler Murray, to me, sometimes he gets too creative with his runs and stuff, and then tries to make these throws, and he ends up turning the ball over. And to me, he's a little bit careless, and I didn't see that from Mac Jones, at least that last week. So I'm gonna go with San Francisco because I like their defense better than Arizona's.
I'm going with Arizona on this one, believe it or not. I know.
And because it's in San Francisco, I feel like that's also, the sixth man.
Yes. But it's all to me about the best QB head coach combo. And I'm going to go with what I think is the better combo here. And then Kyler Murray and whoever the name of the coach is, I don't even know. Look at that. Look at that.
Be cool, nigga.
Gannon.
Gannon and Murray. I expect Murray to outduel Mac Jones. The new Call of Duty has not been released yet, so this is one of those weeks where Kyler should be playing at MVP level. Let's see if Arizona's defense continues to play like they've been playing the last few weeks. And let's see if San Fran can muster that with Mac Jones. I believe in Mac Jones. I picked him up in one of my fantasy leagues just in case. I still got Arizona. San Fran's favored by 2.5 points, so basically 3. I've got Arizona winning flat out. All right. So those were those games. Let's get to the prime time games, shall we?
Do it.
Let's get to that Philly.
Man.
Philly. This is one of the 1 o'clock games, but it is a marquee matchup. It's the rematch of the divisional game last year in the playoffs. The 2-0 Hollywood Rams are on the road again at Philly. This time there's no snow. Philly's still favored by 3.5 points, and they're also 2-0. Which offense do you trust in this game the most? That's a fair question, I think.
Yeah. I would say the Eagles, just because they've been together longer and they've already won a championship together. Like, when you look at the Rams, they kind of just put that team together with Nakua and, Devontae Adams, Kyron Williams. None of those guys really have experience winning a championship. So I'm going with the championship team. That's why I'm rolling with the Eagles, and I trust the Eagles offense.
If you separate, if you take their aura away, let's say their reputation, separate their reputation from both of these teams, just judging what you see from the first 2 weeks, which offense do I trust most? I still trust the Eagles. I saw that they took care of the ball very good against what I thought it was an awoken championship defense in Kansas City. And they were rolling just fine against Dallas before the rain started, and they ended up winning that game. Yeah, and they scored 24 with like 5 minutes left in the third quarter, so there was a lot of game left that they would have scored over. I think they would have scored 40. The Rams' offense was shaky in the first game against a very good defense, but that's what I mean. What the Texans were to the Rams, it was what the Chiefs were to the Eagles last week, and the Eagles looked way better against the Chiefs than the Rams did, even though the Rams still won. Last week, the Rams played an inferior opponent. The Eagles did not. The Eagles did not in neither one of the first games. So I feel like
That's a good point.
you know, it's the truth, bro. It's the truth. But I think the Eagles are going to win flat out by, I think, maybe 4 points. I would say 35 to 31. Maybe your defense won't allow so much, maybe 35 to 21. But I see you guys scoring convincingly. I think this is what. And what are the keys to victory for you?
Run the ball efficiently, run the ball effectively, and play clean ball. Like no flags. Defense. The defense that we've seen the last two games. I mean, honestly, the first game it did look a little, you know what I'm saying, rusty. But again, like your defense doesn't build. You don't start building chemistry with your defense until like week 5, week 6. So, you know, I feel like we're ahead of the curve.
Let me ask you a question. Are the Rams one of those teams you have to throw touchdowns to beat them?
The Rams? Yeah, I think so because, you know, you have dynamic players on the wide receiver core, and they're gonna eat. I'm not gonna lie, they're gonna eat. So we gotta be able to push the ball as well. But not carelessly, you know. That's all I'm saying. Like, just take care of the ball and do what we keep doing. It's working. If it ain't fixed, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So,
I expect Hurts to throw TDs and touch push a lot. This is an easy bet. I think the keys to victory is a stout running game, efficient passing. Your D-line has to, you know what I'm saying, do their job against Stafford and company. And also, I think your secondary is going to have to smother these guys for the 60 minutes.
I think they will. And my take on Stafford, I don't think Stafford's going to have that good of a game unless that offensive line is impeccable.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we're going to be able to get to him, and he's just not as mobile as he used to be.
Well,
and that's understandable.
I said last year, I don't know how his look this year. I haven't seen too much testing. Last year, the Rams were actually very good at pass rush, but not at stopping the run. And so far, they haven't been tested. They only played the Tennessee Titans, who have no running back like that, and probably a weak O-line. And then they also played the Houston Texans, whose running back is a question mark, and the main one is injured. And, you know what I'm saying? So we haven't seen them battle tested with a top 10 running back. This is one of those top 10 running. It's probably the top. No, he is the top running back in the league, and he was rated number 1 NFL player in the league. So this is what they have to stop. And I think that's the key to victory right there is getting Saquon going. I need Saquon to have like 150 yards like one of those games. That's the game to do it too.
Go Birds.
Yeah, so go Birds. I expect Eagles to win this game. Let's get to the next one, shall we? This is the Sunday night football matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs, who are favored by 6.5 points at New York, okay? So, the 0-2 Chiefs versus the 0-2 Giants. Who do you trust more, 2025 Mahomes or 2025 Russell Wilson?
I like how you broke that question down like just this year because I was just telling you I don't know who I'm going with. I'm not sure. And then
what's up, y'all?
But I'm rolling.
What's up, E Money? What's up, King Jamie? Welcome to the Pressure Podcast.
Hell yeah!
I'm rolling with Pat Mahomes, man. He's won 3 championships. He'll figure this out just this Sunday. But moving forward, I'm not sure about that team. But Sunday night, I will pick the Kansas City Chiefs to win this game.
I expect another close game.
Yeah, me too.
I don't expect nobody to blow each other out here. I expect the Chiefs defense to be there. I expect the Giants to struggle against them, but I expect the Chiefs not to score too much either. The Chiefs are not going to cover that 6.5 point spread. I'm not going to bet on that. I'm going to put the money line on the Chiefs. Who needs this W more?
It has to be him. 15 without a doubt. He needs to do it for himself. He needs to do it for himself in the sense of he needs to perform better on Sundays because he has not performed to his level in a while. That's what's like kind of worrisome because it's like it's been a while since Pat Mahomes really like. The last time he threw a four touchdown game was in 2022. That's long time. It's been a long time in the regular season since Pat Mahomes has like really performed. They like eke out these wins, but they're not really showing out.
That's what I expect for you. One of those eked out wins against the New York Giants in the Meadowlands.
Jesus.
Listen. Mahomes doesn't have to be Mahomes like everybody wants. It's that people want him for fantasy purposes and for betting purposes to do that. And obviously he's eye candy. He's kind of like Steph Curry. He doesn't get old when you see him on fire.
Yeah, I just want to see it. I just want to see it again.
Remember, the teams that win are the teams that play the longest schedules and the shortest off season. The Kansas City Chiefs have made it a habit of starting slow and then finishing off in the Super Bowl time and time again. I'm not saying that they're guaranteed to win this game. It's just more than likely that what is going to happen. I always go with a better head coach quarterback combo, and that is definitely on the Chiefs side. Whether they're on the road does not matter to me. They're 3-time champions. They don't care about road and home games anymore. They're evolved from that. I just don't know what their offense is going to look like tomorrow. Saying Thibodeau and Abdul Carter are going to be out there rushing and hoping to get sacks on Pat Mahomes, but I think Mahomes is going to get the ball out quick. He's going to use his legs to maneuver around. He has pocket presence. He's the professional and the 3-time champion that we know he is. I also don't think that the Giants are going to be able to score that easily against them like they did against the Cowboys. They're going to struggle. They're going to take chances. I expect Russell Wilson to throw picks here. I will put a prop bet anytime I see Russell Wilson. Maybe even Mahomes for just in case, but he's one of the league leaders in turnovers in picks last year as a quarterback, and you know what I'm saying, I hope he don't do it again. I don't know, but I think definitely the Chiefs need this win more. I don't think it's over for the Giants just because your division stays stuck together. There's no way you guys. I've never seen where one team is out like 4 or 5 games from the division. It's always 2, 3.5 max. And I think you guys are gonna stick around for a little bit, so it won't be over.
I feel like they're just gonna be one of those like,
yeah,
they're gonna stick to us, and it's gonna be a close game. And yes, this is your division, but we don't care. We trying to fuck up the standings or whatnot. But that's what the Giants gonna be. They're gonna be a thorn in our side.
Yeah, but it's still early. 2 of the other teams in your division are 1-1, and they're you know what I'm saying. So.
True.
And the Philadelphia Eagles are the only ones that are undefeated up there, and it's too early for the Giants to call it quits just yet, even if they lose.
Nah, yeah, absolutely.
But the Chiefs need this game more because of the implications. They have 2 teams above them in their division right now. Actually, 3 because the Raiders actually won a game. So if the Raiders win another game this week, and let's say the Broncos win a game this week, all 3 of their divisional opponents or rivals have 2 wins, while they only have 1 or 0.
I had to laugh for a second.
Okay, that cannot happen. The Chiefs cannot let that happen, not to mention for other implications in the playoffs later on. So let's get to the Monday Night Football game, shall we?
Hell yeah!
In here, we have a matchup of the Detroit Lions at my Baltimore Ravens. Monday Night Football. My Ravens are favored by 4.5 points. This is a matchup between 2 1-1 elite teams, okay? My first question is this an even matchup to you?
Not the quarterback. Is that what you mean?
No. I say is the Detroit Lions versus the Ravens an even matchup?
I would say, let's see. So quarterback.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. Like the offense is, but the quarterback isn't. That's what I feel like. I feel like you guys both have really good offenses, but the quarterback isn't. Like I can't compare that quarterback to this quarterback. So I'll probably roll, which I am, the Ravens. That's what I roll.
Well, I don't think this is evenly matched up. I think, like you said, the offenses are pretty. You know, say washed. I think that's a wash in the offense is concerned, but the quarterback is not washed.
Oh, my bad. In the defense.
Yep, that's what I was waiting for, but I was like, damn, nobody ever pays attention to defense. Nobody. I do. I will never forget you, motherfuckers. Don't worry.
Fatality.
Defenses reign supreme.
Now this could be a hell of a game.
This defense is better than that defense over there. Okay, so I expect the Baltimore Ravens to win and win convincingly. I'm not saying it's gonna be a blowout, but it should be a double-digit score around there. We're professionals at punching people in the mouth. We're the team that tests your manhood in football. The Ravens are the team that tests your might and see if you can survive in this league or if you're a punk. And I expect that to happen in our house. We're going to be wearing gangster black, and there's no way in hell Detroit's coming out of there without win. And Lamar Jackson in Monday Night Football is impeccable. The best quarterback that ever played in Monday Night Football.
By the way, I'm expecting a Jackson 5. Swear. I'm expecting a Jackson 5.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's Jackson 5. I expect the Ravens to win thoroughly. Who needs to win more? I think it's the Ravens. I think the Ravens need to win more because Detroit has the advantage of the Philadelphia and all the other rivals in their conference don't have an easy schedule. The Ravens rival, who they already lost to, have the easiest schedule out of all the elite teams, and I expect them to win the conference anyway. I did expect that going in, but we'll see. If the Ravens can just minimize the losses and keep winning and stacking up games, maybe we can still have a chance to get that home field. But yeah, I think the Ravens will cover the 4.5 spread. I love this game. I think this is going to show the Ravens defense what they could do. I need Roquan to roll on in Defensive Player of the Week to next week here and get business done. Let's get Jared Goff and them the fuck out of here. I'm not going to bench Amon-Ra. I'm not going to bench Gibbs, but I don't expect the craziest statistics.
I think Jared Goff needs to win more.
Yes.
The reason why I say Jared Goff needs to win more is because I think he needs to prove that he can beat somebody, like, you know what I'm saying, superior to him.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he hasn't beat nobody that we can, like, mention when it most matters. So this is a big game. I think it's a big game for Jared Goff, especially because he just had a great game. So now people expecting him to be, you know, Jared Goff.
Well, we'll get to that right now to put the players under pressure, shall we? Before we do that, I have a what the fuck stat.
What the fuck?
Did you know that the GOAT Tom Brady never started a season 0-2 in his entire NFL career?
Fatality.
Unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable.
He just keeps stacking it. It's crazy.
It's insane. All right, man. Go ahead and give us your players under pressure. So, we who are rated M for millennials, you already know.
Give me a hell yeah!
We do things 90s style. In the Dragon Ball Z universe, who you see in decorations here, there were 2 special rooms that people went to when the Cell games were about to go on, or when Frieza was on the way, when Earth was in trouble. And 2 of those rooms was the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. It was a special room where you could spend a whole year's worth of training in 24 hours. And the other one was the Gravity Room. It's a special room where you could turn Earth's gravity and multiply it so you could get stronger and faster for the Cell games. So I do the Gravity Room. He does a Hyperbolic Time Chamber. So let's get to it, baby. Here we go.
I have Geno in there. The reason I put Geno in there is because he had a horrible performance last week.
Be cool.
Stop pressing. Keep it simple. You're good. The reason I have Dak Prescott in there, because I think Dak Prescott needs to continue on what he's been doing. He's been labeled as a little bit inconsistent at times. So just don't buy into the hype. The reason why I have Carson Wentz in there, Carson Wentz, you better not lose to Jake Browning. That's my only reason. Just don't lose to Jake Browning. The reason why I have Aaron Rodgers in there, Aaron Rodgers is in there because he also performed terribly last week, and he needs to be better for his team. Mike Tomlin has made the playoffs every year since he's been there. Don't be the reason why that team does not make the playoffs.
Big facts, big facts.
Fatality.
The reason why I have Jalen Hurts there, Jalen Hurts, you need to get your first passing touchdown, my brother. That's it. That's all you need. Get the passing game going just a little bit.
306 footage.
Mahomes, the reason why you're in there, you haven't performed in a while. I need to see something. I've seen like glimpses. Obviously, we've seen magic at times, but we need to see it more consistently, just a little bit. The reason why I have Jordan Love in there, I think Jordan Love just need to keep the ball rolling. This is a big test for him. So if you can come out of here with the win, decent numbers, I'll take that. I also want to see a little more consistency within the offense because I feel like I've seen it in spurts as well. Like there's times where they're firing all cylinders and then it goes, and we've seen it where it like goes completely blank for like two quarters. Lamar, the reason why you're in there, it's real simple. Right, hit that button for me.
Yeah, it's another knock, bitch.
That's it. You gotta get it done. It's Detroit. It's a big game, and just show them why they pussycats, because that's what they are. They ain't lions. Those aren't lions over there. Those are pussycats. And we gonna finish them in the division anyway. So in the conference, we see them. They're gone.
I
We
love
don't-
it.
Give me a hell yeah.
So basically, you want Hurts to throw touchdowns. You want Mahomes to wake the fuck up. You want Love to continue rolling, and you want Lamar to beat Lamar. And then a recap of this one: you want Geno to fix what he did last week. You want Dak to make sure he does not get outplayed by Caleb. You want Carson Wentz to make sure he get outplayed by Browning, and then Aaron Rodgers to get the fuck back to form. I love it.
Because if not, they don't make the playoffs
Yeah.
either. That's crazy. It's just crazy. That would be insane for Mike Tomlin.
He says Jordan Love will make the playoffs, but not sure if he will get a shot at a championship. We'll see about that. We will see about that. So let's get
You're
to
right,
my,
King Jamie, because that's gonna be us. We're gonna be right there.
Yep. Let's get to my gravity room. All right. Let's go with 20 times Earth gravity, shall we?
Finish him.
In here, you will find Jared Goff, you will find Drake May, and you will find Kyler Murray. Every time I put him in the gravity room, I give him instructions for them to succeed. For Jared Goff, your instructions is to fight. You're going to get punched and punched and punched and punched all night long for 60 minutes, okay? That white jersey you on right there is going to get dirty. But you're going to have to fight back. Even if you lose, if you fight back, people will keep respecting you and you still have your locker room there. Drake May expose. I need you to expose Pittsburgh's steel curtain defense, the number one ranked defense in fantasy football coming into this fucking year for who knows what reason. But they are just not what they used to be. And if you can show me what you did last week against them, please expose them and you will do good this game. And then Kyler Murray, shame. I want you to put Mac Jones to shame in his own house. He had a good game last week, but it's time to wake him up. He's nothing but a backup quarterback, and that's all he is.
Fatality.
Let's go to 50 times gravity. In here you will find Russell Wilson, Terror, Trevor Lawrence, and Bo Nix. I also gave him instructions. It's to break. Russell Wilson, I want you to break America's hearts. I want you to break America's hearts and throw for 303 touchdowns against the Kansas City Chiefs. Terror Lawrence, I want you to break the Texans' heart. Make it almost impossible for them to make the playoffs by kicking their ass this weekend. Bo Nix, I want you to break Los Angeles Chargers, I guess, dream and fantasy delusion that they're in. I want you to break them and wake them the fuck up. Let's go to 100 times gravity. In here you will find C.J. Stroud, Justin Herbert, and Dak Prescott. I also gave them instructions. C.J. Stroud, prove me right. prove to me that you're a top 10 quarterback and get this win over Trevor Lawrence. Prove to me that he's nowhere near as good. Prove to me that his 77.9 passer rating is only going to get lower from here on out.
Cool, nigga.
Justin Herbert, prove me wrong. Prove to me that you're a top 5 quarterback, motherfucker. Let's see what you can do against Bo Nix and the PS2 defense that the Denver Broncos employ. Let me see if you can do that without throwing picks, without being inefficient, with having a good passing percentage, and be the fucking reason you win, okay? Then you have Dak Prescott. Prove me right. Prove to me that Caleb Williams does not belong in the QFL. Prove to me that the Dallas Cowboys are a playoff team, that you are an elite quarterback like I've always said you are. I've always defended you, Dak Prescott. So please do it, motherfucker. Then you got the Super Saiyan room. This is 400 times gravity. In here you will find Super Saiyan 2 Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, it's a Juggernaut, bitch.
You will find a guy who's supposed to be Super
He's
Saiyan
not
2,
charged.
but he's not charged up. And then you will find Jalen Hurts, who is nothing but
3 Honda Civics with spoon engines.
Turbo to Nas at Super Saiyan 2. And they also give him instructions. Usually when I put them in this room, they know what to do. I don't have to give them instructions, but I'm not giving them instructions. This is incentives, motherfucker.
Cool, nigga.
Like it.
So leave no doubt, Lamar Jackson, leave no doubt that you are the premier dual threat quarterback, and leave no doubt for Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs of what awaits them next week. Please and thank you.
Fatality.
Pat Mahomes, leave no doubt that you are a Super Saiyan 2 3-time Super Bowl champion quarterback. That's all I ask. And Jalen Hurts, leave no doubt that you can pass just as great as you can run touchdowns once and for all, motherfucker.
Fatality.
Those are my players under pressure for week 3.
Good shit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We are ready.
It's going to be a good fucking weekend. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
I gotta fucking work
Yes.
early.
Yeah, what time you get out of work?
4.
4? Yeah, you'll miss. Yeah, you'll probably
I'm gonna miss our game. I know that. I've been
bring
really,
it on. Yes, sir.
I've been really unlucky with that shit. Like the day game. Oh no, well, I did get to see that game, but even that game, it fucking rained,
Yeah.
and that shit happened to delay. So
King Jamie on Sunday. Sunday. This next Sunday coming up for our game. When you stream live, just let me know what time you're gonna be on, and I'll be there pregame and do all that stuff with you guys. It's gonna be a good game, but we gotta go through tomorrow today first. Today. So predicting, my record is 9-4. His record is 9-4 so far. We didn't do week 1, so we started at week 2, 9-4, 9-4. It wasn't the same 9-4, but that's how it worked out. So let's see how our picks are here. I have them highlighted, so we're good to go here. So I think we're gonna close it out here at the 55-minute mark. Everybody, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Thank you so much for your likes and viewers. I appreciate y'all much. We will be back on Monday to recap all of week 1 and recap the Monday Night Football game between my Baltimore Ravens at home against the Detroit Lions. We are the Pressure Podcast. It means to perform, react, and do using strategies in sports under rigorous environments, motherfucker.
Give me a hell yeah.
The only podcast reviewer has saved. You have a webcam, we'll send you a web link. Put your little screen back there, hop on the mic, and talk your shit. Feel free to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And King Jamie, appreciate you, brother. Enjoy the game tomorrow. Good luck. Thank y'all for tuning in.